see. All right, the movie Tweaker, episode 2. We're back. We took a break because of the holidays. But how's it going, Daniel?
It's going good. All good.
Glad to see you, man. You had a good holidays, good New Year's, and all that stuff. Oh, okay. Are you glad it's over?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's been a lot of great trailers that they've been showing. I saw the Conjuring today. That was all. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, they showed that. They showed a new Batman and Superman trailer. Not really anything we didn't see, but we didn't see him get hit with the car. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is that what you seen when he hit him with the car?
Yeah, the TV spot. Yeah.
Now, what is a TV spot?
It's like a commercial. Like they'll show it on TV.
Okay, so that's what they're calling a TV spot. Okay, because I watched the trailer on YouTube and it said TV spot. And I saw you did a video. I didn't get the comment or anything, but I saw you did a video, a live reaction, and you said it was a TV spot. And that's when I looked it up. I was like, what the hell's... I didn't know they put a new trailer out. But it's basically just showing, he got hit with the car. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole... I don't want to go into the whole Superman thing again, but did you like that trailer? You think that was pretty cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's nothing really to talk about with that one because we've seen pretty much everything. The only thing we didn't see was him getting hit with the car.
Yeah.
That was neat. It's gonna be really good when it comes out, that movie. It's just crazy, like okay, now is Batman, I noticed on the trailer it said March what?
25th.
Okay, so it's not summertime now? It's not like they're not doing it like June or whatever they had it planned?
No.
Okay, so wasn't there another release date in the summertime? Like, yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Okay, for Suicide. Okay, I got them mixed up then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Batman comes out the 25th of March. That's pretty cool. And then today, I think they released, I think it was today, I saw it today, the Conjuring 2 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That was today, right? It released today because they did a trailer teaser the other day I seen,
right?
And I was like, "Oh, cool! They have a trailer," but that's coming out. When the hell does that come out? It comes out in is it June?
I'm not sure.
I think it was June from what I seen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming out in June. We still got a ways for that movie. But what did you think of the trailer for The Conjuring 2?
Well, I first saw it in theaters. Like I saw it on the big screen, and it gave me chills. Right.
Oh, so you saw the trailer on this big screen?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay. How long has this trailer been out? Was it just released on YouTube today, or?
No, I'm not sure when it released. It released obviously this week, but sometimes in theaters they show it like before it releases online.
Okay. Yeah. It looks really cool. I guess it's going to be the story of the Enfield haunting. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
They did a TV series on it just recently around Halloween. It was a 3-part series. It was pretty good. No big actors in it. Just the guy that played it. I think he played in Harry Potter. I think he's been in some movies. It was a really good story. I didn't like the TV. I liked the TV series at first, and then it got kind of it went from here to here. Just like the first part was great, and it had so much anticipation set up for the next 2 episodes because it's a mini series, and then it just went downhill. But it's a great story. And it's actually a true story that happened, I believe. I think in London, maybe. It's one of the most documented horror cases ever. Like, there's nothing more than documented than that, where actually they seen real like the police were going to the house and seeing ghosts. Like, that's how real it was. Like, there was police that came over and they said, this isn't our area of expertise. We don't, because they were calling the cops after a while. It was getting so bad.
Right.
But this will be about poltergeist. That's what it's, the Enfield poltergeist. And it was about an 11-year-old girl that got, possessed. And they actually have real footage of the girl getting thrown across the room and stuff online. So it's a good story, and it's something else that Lorraine Warren and Ed Warren Ed Warren, investigated. It's one of their cases, like Amityville. 'Cause I'm sure they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna do Conjuring the Amityville haunting. I don't think they would do that with all the Amityville movies, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a Conjuring 3. I know there's going to be a third one. Because all they're doing, these are all case files from Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's all it is. It's like all their cases that they investigated. That's where they get these stories from.
Right.
But yeah, it happened in England, in Enfield, Brimsdown, a house in Brimsdown, in England, in 1977 to 1979. I could have sworn it was longer than that. I thought it went on for a lot more years. That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
But see, at first they thought the girls faked the incident, like it was a hoax,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turned out to be real. There's a lot of people claiming that it was a hoax, that these two girls just made this whole thing up, and it was a big thing, in England going on. So it's going to be a good movie. I like to have the actress from Bates Motel. What's her name? Do you know her name by any chance?
No.
She's really good. She does a good job, and I like the dude too.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, he does some really good movies. I like him in Lakeview Terrace. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
It's with Samuel Jackson. It's a crazy movie. Like, Samuel Jackson basically is a cop, and the one dude from the Conjuring, he moves in with his black girlfriend, and he's white, and Samuel Jackson don't like a white guy with a black girl, and it's fucking, he terrorizes them. It's really good, and he can get them real good because he's a cop. But it's a really good movie. It's a good one to check out. I recommend that to anybody. Trying to get that girl's name. One that's in the I hate how the iPad does that. It brings you to something you don't even want to go into sometimes. I believe her name is let me say Conjuring cast. Vera, I don't want to mess her name up. Vera Farmiga. She's a really good actor. Vera Ann Farmiga. She's in Bates Motel. She's done a lot of other movies. She was in the previous Conjuring. Really good actress. I'm glad they got her back, and Patrick Wilson. They're both really good. I think it'll be a good movie. I mean, the first one did really well. James Wan, he's directing it again, right?
Right.
He was never going to do horror movies anymore. Remember he said that when he was going to do the Fast and the Furious?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know he signed on to do another one.
Well, he didn't want to do horror. He didn't say, like, never again, I don't think, but he wanted to take a break from horror movies. Like, he didn't want to be known just for a horror director. And unfortunately, that's what he's good at,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's stupid. Like, people do that. Like, I don't want to be known for this, but this is what I'm good at. And then they go do something else, and they don't do it as good as they've been doing the horror movies. Because he's really good on how he does the camera views and all that.
Yeah.
I watched the thing on The Conjuring 1, how, like, he does the camera, like, what you would see behind them when they're walking. Like, it's instead of being in front, like, the view of what the actor sees in front of them, the camera's actually behind them, and that's what made The Conjuring creepy and stuff.
Right.
But from what I know about this, from this, what this movie's going to be about, I don't think to me, it looks like the movie I saw on TV, and then what the Conjuring 2 trailer looks like. It looks like they threw some stuff in there. Like, I don't remember on the miniseries with the crosses turning upside down. I don't remember the girl having a million crosses in her room. So they definitely threw that in there.
Right.
I do know it's about an old man. I know the girl gets possessed, and then they don't believe her, and the school has something to do with it, like this, or either the school or college. They are the ones helping the investigation, and then they don't want to drop funding. They tell the one old guy that's in there is helping her that he's crazy. Because they need proof, and then it all goes from there. It's really good story. I'm glad that's the one that they're doing.
Yeah.
But what if you The Conjuring? Did you see? You saw the first one, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, you never seen the first Conjuring? Man.
No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd watch that right after this podcast. I wish I didn't see it because it's real. I like movies like that because that was one of probably the best horror movies I've seen in a decade. Like that was that good. Besides, like I can't say the Babadook was as good as it, but for a low budget movie, the Babadook was good. But for like a big budget movie, I went to the theater. That was a good horror movie. I put it up there with a lot of great horror movies. Like, are you just usually scared of those type of movies, or?
I just haven't gotten around to seeing it.
Oh, okay. Some people are. I noticed some people with horror movies, they're scared to watch horror. Like some people have things about horror movies they don't like. They can't watch them alone, or And these newer horror movies nowadays, they're more like torture films. So not really even horror. I guess people say it's horror. But yeah, The Conjuring 2, the trailer came out. I don't know exactly. I saw it today. It looked like they posted it today. I guess it's been in the theater. It looks really good. There's What's up, Armored? I think he's getting his microphone fixed. But yeah, the trailer looks great. I don't think we're gonna do like a grade on it, like a review on the trailer. Or I like, I'm saying, like, do you ever do review trailers on your channel, like give them grades and stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we might do it here then. We'll do that. I didn't know if that would sound silly, giving a review to it like a grade of a trailer, but I would give it. I'd say if a 1 to a 10, I would give it about an 8, 8 or 9. I liked it. I didn't think it was a phenomenal trailer, but I liked it. About an 8. What'd you say?
No, I'd say an 8 also. I think where the trailer really gave me chills and it picked up for me was when they showed Patrick Wilson's character and just the whole montage of what's going to happen in the movie, like that quick flashes. That's what really got me.
Wait. We talking about Deadpool? I mean,
no, the Conjuring 2 trailer that I can't.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
If it's Deadpool, I'm all over it, son.
Deadpool.
I give it an S plus.
S plus. How you doing today, Armored?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. Got a late start. I'm going to be moving, like I said at the beginning of the podcast. I think I'll be moving my. I was going to move this podcast, but I'm going to move the gaming podcast to Tuesday, I think. I just can't do them back to back no more. It's just too much.
I feel you on that, man.
Because it's like right when I just feel like I just did a podcast, which I just did yesterday, and it's a lot. Like we were in there for like 3 hours last night. And then after that, I went and played, Battlefront with David Maddox till the morning time. So it's like you feel like you just talk like.
Yeah, you're weird, man. Like you're playing like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but nobody. It's funny. That's when my live streams do the best. Nobody watches them in the daytime, or like, I'm saying, like, and you have like that's when everybody's up. I like at nighttime because nobody bothers me. I just like that, and it's fun. I hear people watch, so.
I'm pretty sure you get a good audience of people watching, people like overseas and stuff. But I mean, it's just like 4 o'clock in the morning, man. It's nap time for me, son.
I don't want to. I know this is a movie podcast, but I do want to mention this. I was going to do a video about this, and I didn't get to it because I seen a lot of people reporting on it, and it's something you should talk about. There was this guy. I don't know. You guys feel familiar with Drama Alert?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with him.
No.
All right. Well, Keemstar, if you don't know who Drama Alert is, Keemstar is a guy that runs Drama Alert. And the other day, I noticed lately he's been reporting pedophiles. Like, that's all he talks about. Like, it's with the Minecraft community. I guess there's a lot of pedophiles.
He has this thing, and this goes back, I want to say back through the Basherverse thing. He feels like people like this should not be on YouTube, the type of people, because where they're going to, like, this is their new form of, here's some candy kid, get in my car. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why he's doing it, because he's trying to get awareness, at the same time also trying to get views.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have watched him on and off since the Bad Kid show. And he did that with Only Use Me Blade, or whatever his name is. The guy just goes around Call of Duty and stabs people.
Yeah.
And, I never really, everybody has exposed videos. Like all these big YouTubers have these videos that people expose them, and they have actual footage of Keemstar calling people niggers. Like he's fucking out there. Like when I saw these videos, I was like, damn. Like he's telling people to go get cancer. I hope you die slowly. Like all on video. That's him saying that. Like threatening. Like he said in one video, he's like, I got so much money right now. He's like, my kid's set for life. He's like, I did my job. He says, but you, I'd like to fucking kill you. Like he's like, I want to kill you. Like he's, I guess, talking to a follower that's, going on and on.
If you type in his name, Keemstar Exposed or
But
Keemstar
these are,
Versus.
this guy had actual video of him doing stuff. It wasn't like.
Well,
bullshit.
he got kicked out of an event. I want to say it was the
He got kicked off of YouTube. He's not even supposed to be on YouTube. And his channel now, this is what I find weird about Drama Alert. Anytime he would make a channel, they'd shut him down. I don't know why Drama Alert is shut down. I guess he found some loophole or something.
It may not be under his name, but he may be producing it. Like it could be under his wife's name or whatever.
Okay.
That could always work.
Well, long story short, I guess he screwed up again, but this time big time. He's like I said, he's been going after a lot of Minecraft pedophiles and all that stuff, and that's been like the hot topic on his channel with all different guys. And I guess like he has a news team. This is or who he blamed it on. I guess there was a 62-year-old man. He just retired, and I don't know what the game he plays, but he plays some game on the computer, and that's all he does. He live streams, and he's waiting on his first social security check.
And one of his reporters had the wrong face because they was looking the shit up, and he had to apologize for it.
Well, basically he got the news wrong. He had all these people go and attack this old man, call him a pedophile. This guy had no clue what the hell was going on. He broke down in tears. Could have probably gave the guy a heart attack. And then Keemstar made a video. Oh well, he was doing a live stream, and people in his live stream was telling him, hey, you got that wrong. That's not that dude. And he thought it was this bullshit. He's like, oh, they're just trolling me. And then he, I guess it stuck in his head. So after his live stream, he went to his Skype call, got everybody in the call, and he asked them, he's like, how did you get this information? They're like, oh, well, we matched faces, and I guess they were wrong. So then he did a video today in the morning. I guess he apologized, which you could tell it's straight bullshit. I could look at his video and tell, you can tell. I'm pretty good at telling people when they're full of shit. And he puts it off on his news guy. He's like, he's fired. We will do anything to fix this. We will pay. And in the video of the man says, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. I don't do this for money. He says, I want him to leave me alone. He's, a lot of people think he ruined the guy's life, but luckily there was another YouTuber that's going back and forth with Keemstar.
There's about 15. I mean, the Call of Duty community is at his throat every other day.
Well, this guy, I guess, got into it over his daughter. Something happened with Keemstar's daughter, and his name's Scarce. And he actually had got the man like.
You talking about Scarcy 1249?
Yeah, he got the guy from 7,000 subscribers to 70,000. The old man. So the guy has tons of subscribers on Twitch. So he helped the guy out big time, and the guy's more than happy now. So that's pretty cool. So he made the guy like a Twitch celebrity in a matter of a part. Had to do with Keemstar, but this guy turned it all around. So Keemstar looks like shit now. Like, I don't know, he has people attacking him, a lot of dislikes. Now he's got to somehow fix that or make win people over. I'm sure it'll blow over time, but if you see the video of the dude crying and shit, I don't know. And I just wanted to.
I think, and I agree with you, because I think what he did was pretty much of a dickish move, and I would love to hear the so-called reporters of side of the story. In all honesty, if he hasn't had MDA signs with his reporters or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's easy to put it off on somebody. Like, it's so easy just to say, oh well, it's like me. If I was huge and I go, well, Armored's my news reporter, and it's his fault. I'm not putting it on Armored, but he did do it. That's not taking the blame.
But then at the same time, I feel like when he first started this shit with the Basher, because the Basher was the one that kind of brung this whole little light, and then it trickled down to all Basher's friends. You find out that they were dating younger girls on the internet too. I feel like
Yeah.
he's trying to also give some awareness that, hey, you know, you have power on YouTube regardless of what you're saying, and you shouldn't exploit that by trying to hook up with some of these younger age females. Because he's reported on what, 6 or 7 girls now, six
Oh,
or
he's
seven YouTubers.
it seems like a new thing that he's doing. Like it's constantly reporting on, and he gets he's
Well,
trying to get one dude on. You know this.
he's been doing this since, I want to say it was last January is when that Basher shit started. It was
Mhm.
January or February, one of them dates. So he's been doing this for a good minute now. With
Yeah,
the
well, you know, one thing about all this, like even with our channels, if you're wanting to get the first news stories, most of the time it can be a really bad thing for you because you can go and report a bunch of bullshit. You know,
yeah.
it could be nothing because you're taking a chance when you're the first YouTuber out there reporting something. Most likely, a majority of the time, it's wrong news. Like anytime I
Well,
first had a story, it was something up with the story. Like because it's very odd to get the story first before anybody, and it's because there's so many
yeah.
people trying to get it.
Well, we've seen that this week with the crackdown thing and some of the other delays that happened this week. We've seen it that be like wrong reporting and shit.
Well, see,
So
the
I mean,
thing
it
with the
does happen.
crackdown, IGN reported that too, though. That was the problem. IGN did a video on that too, so that's what made it look like that too.
Where was that video? Because I
I
looked
could have
all over
sworn I
IGN.
could have sworn IGN did that video too. I could be wrong, but that's where I saw them mention crackdown.
Because when I looked it up, and I took about
It might have
2 or 3 hours
been GameSpot.
out of my day, and I looked up everywhere. The only one that I found the main source was Game Radar, and
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
see anyone else like really reported. I actually went back all the way 2 weeks on IGN's YouTube channel, and then went to their whole article listing looking for the report from them. Every source link took me back to Xbox Wire, though, so I
Oh,
will like give
okay.
anybody that because I went all the way back to like where the original source came from, and that
Yeah.
was
Well,
Xbox
see,
Wire, and
Games
that was
Radar.
basically because they had a list of games coming out for 2016, and it said summer 2016. Like it didn't say beta, it just said summer 2016 for Crackdown.
No, see, Games Radar, they're pretty big too. I mean, but I thought I saw it on IGN, or maybe they mentioned something about Crackdown. I don't know, but I'll
They
look
did
for
mention
that.
Recore, and they did mention Recore and the other one.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? Recore and Scalebound. But that
Okay.
was confirmed by Microsoft. I haven't heard any like confirmed things from Microsoft about Crackdown.
Oh, okay.
Still looking on that
Yeah, I
one.
don't know. I'll have to look because I was looking at a bunch of videos that day. Maybe it's something else they mentioned. But yeah,
I do
it's.
want I do want to talk to you, Dave, seeing that we're on a movie cast and we're trying to keep it movies or shows. You
Yeah.
have to see that TV show I told you about last night.
Well,
I
I'm gonna
just
watch
got
it
finished
actually
watching.
tonight. What's the name of it again?
Uh, it's Shannon's Chronicles on MTV, and that's what surprised the shit out of me. Like I found out last night when I was talking to you about it, like I wanted to get the channel, and it's actually made by MTV, which I was like, how is this fucking good and made by MTV?
Well, yeah,
In
I
all
heard it.
honesty,
Well, somebody told me that, what is MTV now owned by? It's like a cable company or something. Like,
I I have no idea. All I know is like my girl watches one other show from MTV. It's called Teen Wolf or something like that. She likes watching that shit because it's like girly or whatever. But I've never seen anything this good on MTV over the last 10 years, I have to say, besides like Beavis and Butthead and some stupid shit that they had on there.
oh, okay.
But
Yeah, see, MTV, I gave Teen Wolf a shot one day. That's a good show. I started doing I started working landscaping at the time, and I just, kind of lost track of the show. That was one on that time, and I've been meaning for the longest to keep watching it, catch up on it. That's actually a good show. And I was surprised by that show, but it does have that teeny bopper, like feel to it. Like MTV has a lot of their shows have that teeny bopper thing going on.
well,
Um,
see this has like it has that love triangle in it. like you could see a love triangle being formed with like the guy and the two girls that are that are at him at the beginning. But when I say this is almost, I'm not gonna say it's at Game of Thrones level, but the production value is at Game of Thrones level. Like whatever they're putting into this, I can see this. What was that dinosaur TV show that came out that was on CBN that they got rid of and Netflix picked it up, but they never did anything with it? I think it was like Terraway or whatever.
Netflix.
You know
I
which one
don't
I'm
know.
talking about? It's the one where it was dinosaur. They went back in time to try to save the future, so they like recolonized the planet in the
Hmm.
prehistoric times. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I know it starts with like it's Terra something, but
You
it's got
know.
the production value of that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's really fucking like I almost thought this was a movie when I first watched it.
Did
And the
you,
CG
Daniel?
is
Did you
amazing.
see this show on MTV? Did you get a chance to see this one yet?
Sonora Chronicles is what it's called.
Yeah, the Shannara Chronicles.
No, I haven't seen
I
that
have
one.
it recorded on my DVR.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't see. Well, tell us a little bit about it, Armored. Like, fill us in, like what's
Okay,
going on.
so it starts out telling you like this age of man where like they have like the ancient humans, which was what we are back in the 20th century and everything. Like you see all our destroyed buildings and all that all throughout the world. And I guess and somewhere in that 1,000 years after the age of man died, the other four races came about, which is elves, rovers, like the hobbits or whatever, right? So they kind of go in that little mystique with that. And there's a fifth race, I think it's a fifth or sixth race, one of them, that is all demons. Well, the elves ally with the druids in this great war that they had. And the druids uh, take all the demons and they trap them into an alternate dimension inside a tree. And as long as the tree stays alive and the tree has leaves or whatever, the demons will stay there. So like the main protagonist is this female elf. She runs to do this race because every year the elves have this thing where they have like the chosen child or the watchers and protect the tree every year. So they have like this race to choose who the chosen is. So it's the first female girl becomes like the chosen of the tree. She touches the tree and she gets this premonition of the vision of the tree dying. And like that's how the main premise starts. Like you're basically trying to run through and figure out what she's doing there. People are saying that she's the reason why the tree killed because she ruined like 1,000 years of tradition, everything like that. And then like for every leaf that falls off the tree, that's one demon. So like you have like like you have this huge ass tree, probably millions and millions of leaves on there, and every time they fall, and the first leaf that falls is like the demon's lord. Can't
Hmm.
remember his actual name. I think it was like Bottleless or whatever. And he basically he sets off this little bubble where he has to stay in because he cannot come out into the world until the tree is completely dead. So like he has to send his minions out and attack everything. So like the first person he sends out is a shapeshifter, and like she goes and she kills a few of the she kills all the other chosen because there's 7 chosen, so there's only 1 chosen left. And then you have this half elf which comes into a part which is like from this ancient bloodline of druids, and he's supposed to be like the protector of the girl. So like he's set off with a mission to take her to go take the seed to this unknown location, and then like they have to put it into this fire and then take the seed back to the tree of life without getting killed by all these hordes and hordes of demons coming out of the tree.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Like, is it? So is this like compared to Game of Thrones or something, or
I would
Lord of the Rings?
I would say it's a mixture of all of them, man, because like one of the things, I don't know if you've watched Arrow season 2 or
I didn't
not.
get to see any
All right,
Arrow yet.
did you? Well, you've seen Spartacus, right?
No, that's another one I didn't. I got the
Oh
season
man,
one.
you haven't seen Spartacus?
No, there's a reason why. My brother, he's big into it, and me and my brother aren't getting along. That's all he talked about that show, and I just don't like
Oh,
things.
you gotta get a catch up on that one. But the guy from Spartacus actually plays one of the main protagonists in this, which is the last druid, and he's supposed to be teaching the half elf how to be a druid and everything like that, and use these 3 stones, which are called like the elf stones, they're like the rarest item in the world, and only he can use them because he has the blood of Seamus in him or whatever. So like the whole premise is revolving around these 2 main characters, and then there's this third character comes in, which they haven't really discussed on what she's about just yet, but she's gonna help them through their journey, and she's a rogue, basically that's what you would call her. And so you got like the hero, the fucking fortune teller girl, which can see the future because she has premonitions and visions from the past, and then you have your rogue character. So, I mean, they're all set off on this mission to basically bring this tree back to life, and they have to find, like, the ancient technologies of civilization, which was in our era and shit. And, like, you can see the landscape, like, it kind of has, like, that medieval look, kind of with also that post-apocalyptic look at the same time in a lot of areas. So, I mean, it's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things. I heard there's a big production behind this. A lot of
Dude,
people are.
they talk about the production inside like the show like every few hours. Like in the first episodes, you'll see like 2 15-minute clips of them talking about the production value. They built every piece of the set by hand. That's why it took them a year and a half to build this to get the show up and running.
And this is a book series, right? Another book series.
I think it is a book series.
Yeah.
If it is, I'll have to find out. But I mean, it's.
I heard it was a book series. This is another book. A lot of these things come from books. All this Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones did. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Game of Thrones was a book series. Which,
yeah.
But this is by far one of. I want to say, next to Supergirl, which was a complete left field for me. This is by far one of the other ones. Actually, you know what? I thought Supergirl, like me and my girl, gave it a shot because she's into like Supergirl and shit like that in DC. So we gave it a shot, and it's actually pretty damn good. There's a little inconsistencies with like Krypton, like the inhabitants of Krypton. A lot more of them made it to Earth in the Supergirl series. But one of the things that threw me off the most about the series is how they introduced Marvin the Martian. Fucking Martian Manhunter from DC. They actually have him in the series, which he's going to also, if I'm not mistaken, supposed to be doing a cameo in the Justice League. So, like, he's basically the director of the DOD, Defense Force for the aliens, like if aliens come and invade Earth and shit. But he's actually an alien himself. So, like, he's basically directing against trying to fight off aliens that are already in the world and shit. And they put in a lot of tie-ins to like Man of Steel, and there a lot, like they'll talk about, like you'll hear her talk a lot about Superman and the Man of Steel and what happened over in Metropolis during the Man of Steel movie. So like it still goes into what's going on around that. So it's actually kind of interesting to see if they pull like Shield and you know how in Shield season 2. When Captain America Captain America Winter Soldier came out, they had that little tie-in with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before the movie came out. It's kind of interesting to see if they may do that with this, because they're on break right now. I think the mid-season finale was last week. I have to catch up on it.
Yeah, a lot of shows took a break, and then they're starting back up. A lot of shows now have mid-season finales, and that's good. I like these shows that go a little longer. Like I got into Gotham recently, and that goes 22 episodes. I like that because I mean, one thing I'll say about all these shows. Okay, for example, let's take something like Game of Thrones. Okay, by the time Game of Thrones ends and it starts up next year, you already forget about half the shit that went on. Like a lot of people don't remember. I like these shows that break up shit, and then it, like Walking Dead starts in around August or something, and then it starts back up in February, something around there. And you don't get too like forgetful what went on with the show, like that's the problem with TV shows. They take too long to start up again sometimes. And now what happened?
I was gonna say, did you finish Gotham?
I finished Gotham. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Gotham tonight.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
was
gonna
gonna
try to
ask you about
spoil
that.
it, right? Like, because I don't think Old Dirty saw the whole thing. I don't think he saw any of Gotham. I'm not gonna like spoil the hell out of it, but I do want to talk about it.
I was gonna ask you, what did you think about that last credits? Don't say who it was, but what did you
Yeah,
think about that?
I thought it was cool. Well, let's talk about Gotham now. Daniel, you saw Gotham, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Old Dirty, you didn't see it, right?
I'm watching it. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, we won't say who's at the like end or anything, so I won't ruin it. I actually, I gave this show a shot the first time, and I watched 6 episodes of it. I didn't think it was bad or anything. I just couldn't buy the main character as he's the place of Batman, and which I seen him on a show called The OC, which I watched with one of my ex-girlfriends, and I've seen him on that show, and he was like it was like a 90210 type show, and I just kept seeing him in that show, and I just couldn't buy. I think mainly I was upset Batman wasn't the main person. And then I don't know, I gave it a shot again, and if I would have just gave it a little bit longer, like a couple more episodes, I would have, instantly kept watching it. And once I got to that point, I wanted to watch the whole thing. I think the Riddler and Penguin, they do the best, I would say. The Riddler's really cool how they got him, where he starts freaking out and talking to himself. Like, that's pretty cool. But I like the story. There's a couple of things I'm kind of curious what is, like, the Indian bath thing. Like, I don't know what that is. If that just created for the show, or was that something always in the comics? I don't know.
I have to do some research on that, because I'm going to be honest, I did not remember that when you told me about it. Like, I try to keep up with a lot of the different comic books, and I really can't half the time.
Yeah, they take Firefly there, and then at the end of the season, of the mid-season finale, they go there again with another character, and they're like, oh, this is going to be a great one. Like, they do say Doctor Strange. They finally say Doctor Strange has plans for this one, So I guess he has the power of bringing people back to life. I don't know, or turning them into something else and coming back to life. But it is cool. Like, some of them, like, some of these characters, it seems like they want to do that character with, and then they kind of change it. Like, we don't know for sure if Barone is the Joker. Like, some people say he's going to fire the Joker.
He's the essence of the Joker. Like, I think he is what the Joker is supposed to be. Because you remember at the end of, like, when they did that whole little incident with Jerome and everything, everybody had that really crazy laugh, and he basically said that I will live on even throughout my death.
Yeah.
That's what I think they were doing. Because people was watching him, like you seen everybody watching him on the TV sitcom and everything, and they were all laughing. Like, he had that contagious laugh and, like, that evil dark side. So I think that's what it was coming from. Like, he was pulling out the darkness in everybody's, like, hearts and souls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of these characters are going to inspire other characters. Are going to be. They can't go out and just throw everybody out there. Like, they're not going to do that. It's going to build up over time. We'll see bigger ones, but they did. Like, you got Catwoman, you got Penguin, you got Riddler, you got Joker's, we don't know what's going on with that yet. Who else? I don't want to say that. But there is the main ones. They're there.
You also have Ivy, which everybody's been, like, keeping on the back burner.
Well,
she's been in ever since season 1.
Do you think that is Ivy, the one with the plants? Do you think that's going to be?
Yeah, that's Ivy.
Okay.
That is Ivy as a kid.
She'll probably run into plants later on or something, and they'll become.
Well, if you ever noticed, every time, even in season 1, when you like introduced her or when you seen her in her house, she was always watering plants, or there was plants always around. Like, go back and watch season 1 when they first introduce her. You'll see her over there in her little plant garden watering the plants and shit, as her mom and them are, like, going at it.
Oh, okay. Daniel, what is your thoughts on Gotham? Like, are you a big fan of the show, or like, what's some of the things you like about it?
Was that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, what do I think about? Like season 2 or season 1, or just?
Let's go over season 1 first. We'll talk about season 1.
Season 1, yeah, I think it was really good. I never thought that it was, I always had like, how do I say, I never thought it was gonna be bad. I always knew it was gonna be good. I like Jim Gordon, and I like that we're centering around him. I'm okay with Bruce being a kid. Like, we get to see them grow in time. And I will say that Gotham is probably the best directed superhero TV show that's around.
I have to disagree with you on that one.
Hold on, let Daniel.
I'll let him go, but I just got to disagree on that one.
Well, for season 2, it's the best directed.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't remember season 1, the directing of it, but season 2 has amazing directing.
Yeah, you could tell they stepped their game up on season 2. Like, it went from like it was a good show, but it turned into a completely different show. Like, you could tell the production, everything. Like,
season 1 didn't get good until like the last 6 episodes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
you
why
had to draw into that. Like,
yeah. That's the thing. Every one of these shows has to have a build-up, and it sucks because there's shows out there that can just start episode 1, bam, you're in. But this is Gotham. They have to tell the story. But Daniel, like, what is some of the things you didn't like about season 1, or did like? Is there anything you didn't like about it, or?
There was some like episodes that were just fillers, really. Like the episode 3 or the goat killer, or there was a balloon man guy who tied people to balloons and they flew away. Those type of episodes where they weren't really like connected to the comic books and they were just random villains, like Freaks of the Weeks and all that. That stuff was kind of just boring to me when I was watching it. Like, you wait 7 days and then it comes on a Fox, and like all that was boring. The goat killer one, I think he dressed up as a goat, or the goat mask, something like that. Just those, like, the fillers. But when we got to see, like, the first time we saw Jerome and everything, and Penguin, seeing him evolve over the season, Riddler, and all that was all good. But Freak of the Week stuff.
What about you, Armored? What about season 1? What were you want to say too? Like with season 1, you said it wasn't.
Like I said, season 1 to me didn't really start getting good. I'd say about till the last 6 episodes. Like when the whole when Fish escaped from the island and everything, that's when it really started getting good. And as far as directing, you could tell they had to step their game up, because season 1, there was a lot of people complaining that the show was very slow, boring, very bland at the very first half of the season. You could see that they tried to pick it up on the second half.
Well, I think it had some number problems. Like, there wasn't a lot of viewers. It
didn't have any. It didn't have really any viewers for the first half.
They dropped off big time from the first episode, and then they luckily caught that shit up, because if a show don't get ratings, they cut that shit off. Then no matter what it is, they don't care. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I love the Catwoman. I think Catwoman's great. I think they did it. She was like one of the favorite ones in the beginning. I like her. Penguin, I think they just do a great job with him. They're like, that's the Penguin.
Yeah, but they built him up so slow in the first season, and it worked though, because like you got to know who the character was. You got to have some feelings. You got to understand like how he acts, why he does the shit he does. And then when it came to season 2, when you met up with the Riddler, because even the Riddler showed up, I want to say for the second or third season on the season 1. Like, he showed up in like a little small parts. Like, you kind of understood who he was throughout the first season, but he didn't really start showing up until he killed the police officer at the end of the season.
Yeah, they turned him. That's how they got the Riddler to a T on that, and Penguin. Now, you ever see how some shows go with, like, they either go with how the comic is, or they go, like, more lifelike, like how the real world is? Like, I wonder if they're going to do that with Gotham, or are they going to actually, like, say Mr. Freeze, is he actually going to have to be, like, in a jacket all the time? Like, is it going to be like how is when Poison Ivy becomes Poison Ivy, is she going to be real? Is there going to be plants that grab people in this one, or is it going to be more lifelike? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're going to start bringing, like, Ivy in, because what I think they're doing is they're trying to show you how the villains grew up and how they interacted before the Batman came around. Because, there's always been this thing about Batman where people would always say that Batman is the reason why we have these masked villains. because you put a mask on, now they're going to put a mask on. In reality, these guys were already the way they were before he even came around. He just kind of, obstruct the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Like what I'm saying, like, is it gonna be to where like, are we gonna see like, like more of like a comic book thing, or is it gonna be like, okay, for example, which one is more lifelike? Isn't Daredevil like more realistic than actual like,
Yeah,
like?
but Daredevil's always been a little bit more realistic on the Marvel side of things because all he really had was super hearing. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil really didn't have anything besides like super hearing and like the whole little radar thing with his eyes to do to his hearing, and he had like really good training from the hand, and that was really all Daredevil had. Like he was basically your Punisher gymnastics. That's what he was, but he just didn't kill.
Like for example, Spider-Man, like the first Spider-Man. You see how that was like, or the Spider-Man that like 1 and 2, like Doctor Octopus, how they did him, like, and how they
I
did
can see them doing that
Green
with
Goblin, how he wasn't really a goblin, he was more of a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna do the whole thing where the plants actually go after people? Maybe
yeah, I could see them doing that because it wouldn't be that much on the
cool.
CGI.
That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see like stuff like that. I like Alfred. Alfred's awesome in this. Like, he's he's badass. He can actually fight. I like the scene where he fought the assassin. The guy's sister. Like, that was really cool. Let's talk about season 2 now. Like, season 2, that's the rise of the villains. And one thing the big thing in this season is Bruce is trying to find out who killed his parents. Now that could go a bunch of ways. Like, some of the stories of Batman, the Joker killed his parents, and then there's other stories that they didn't kill his parents, like the Dark Knight. Like, remember the Batman Begins? Like, that wasn't the Joker that killed his parents. Who do you think they're gonna make? Do you think it's gonna be Daniel? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think they're gonna reveal it anytime soon.
But where do you think they're gonna go with that? Could it be the Joker, or could it be like some just assassin for Wayne Enterprises that went after him?
Well, that's hard. It could be any assassin, really. I think it'll be someone big from the comics. So.
They said Marone was his name, or Malone, or something. They did give a name. Malone. The girl got him a name. When I don't know if you've seen that. They had Bruce Wayne. They had him. He set the girl up to do that. But I don't know if he gave him the real name, or she just said that name, or whatever.
I think she said that when she was getting interrogated, I think she just blurted out a name.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, do you believe that the one guy actually had a name in that envelope, or was that all bullshit?
Alright, my bad. I'm back now.
I think it was bullshit.
Oh, okay. What about you, Armored? The whole thing,
I actually had to let my dogs out, so I missed the last 3 minutes. What's going on?
Basically, what we're talking about, season 2, it's all basically a good part of it's about who killed Bruce Wayne's parents, and you're learning how Wayne Enterprises has corrupted the people on the board.
That assassin agency that was killing that went after Bruce Wayne is actually from the comic books. I can't remember their actual name or whatever, but they're originally from the comic books, and that's an actual story arc from the comic books of them going after Bruce Wayne as a kid and trying to kill him. So that's actually canon.
Now, like, the whole thing with who killed his parents, like, it could go either way. We've seen the Joker kill his parents in other movies. We've seen, just some crazy guy off the street that was robbing his parents kill him.
It was originally a guy that worked for Victor Flooney, which is one of the main guys in the actual TV show. He hired a guy to kill off the Wayne family because he wanted to take over the Empire. That was the original story arc for that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It could go that way.
Now, he discovers the Batcave. Like, is that going to be the Batcave, or are they going to extend that shit, like, make it bigger? Or is that just
I think he discovers the actual whole Batcave. I think that's just an extension of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was cool when he found the Batcave. I like that. I thought that was cool.
Well, there was another comic book, too, where it was an alternate comic book that wasn't considered canon, but it was offshoot, where instead of Bruce Wayne being alive. It was Bruce Wayne died, and his mom became the Joker, and his dad became Batman. And that was an Easter egg to that, because Robert Wayne was never about that life. Like he was a pacifist in the whole series and everything.
Okay. Huh? Yeah, it's gonna be good. Who now? Did any of you ever watch the old Batman, like back in the day, the regular TV show
You're
that
talking about with Adam West?
Adam West and where they went bam boom, like the old stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, like back in the day with those shows, every show
Yeah.
they had a new villain. It wasn't. It was like it was centered around that villain. Like this one, I just thought like the villains they showed in some of the episodes. That just reminds me of how Batman used to be back in the day, like the Goat Guy. Like it's just like they did stuff like I don't think all the villains on the show were from comic books. There was always somebody different. I mean, they had Egghead, King Tut, like a ton of them. I mean, Batman is so full with so many different villains. I think he has more villains. Like, would you say Batman has more villains than any other superhero?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say not if he doesn't say he didn't have. I'd say he has the more popular villains than anybody else, like Catwoman and like they're big. I'd say he has the most recognizable villains. That's what. See, I'd say if DC didn't have Batman, Batman is such a huge part. Like Batman could be its own fucking thing. If like Batman fell off and they just had Superman, I don't think they'd be as popular as they are. But I think if Superman fell off and Batman was there, it'd still be the same. Batman's huge, but some people love Superman too. Like mid-season finale. One thing I had to say, and I'm not trying to give it away, but one thing I don't understand: did Commissioner Gordon always kill people? Because I don't remember him killing. Like that's one code of Batman: you don't kill people.
He did because it was a different time during then. Do you remember in the Dark Knight where he said like no, it was Dark Knight Rises where they were talking about Commissioner Gordon and they was like he was a war hero, yada yada yada. They were referring to that because before Batman came around, he used to be one of the head gang task force agencies that used to work against the mob. So like that's the reason why this whole story arc is coming around with that. They're just giving his darker side of his story.
I didn't think he killed anybody, and he shoots him. I thought the cannibal was pretty cool. How he got the cop, like the cannibal assassin or whatever it was. That was pretty cool. So definitely we could all agree. The second season is way better. We haven't seen the full season, except the mid-season finale, but I'd take that over the first season any day. If you had to grade season 1 out of 1 to a 10, what would you give season 1, Daniel?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. What about you, Armored?
I would give it about a 6 or 7.
Okay. I'm gonna go with an 8. I liked it. But season 2 now, if you had a grade of just the mid-season finale and the first part of the season, what would you grade it, Daniel?
For the season 2?
Yeah, mid-season, like up to the mid-season.
About wow, that's around an 8 as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a 9 because I thought it was a little bit better. What about you, Armored?
I would definitely give it an 8. Joker and Penguin, they took the show.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. I forgot to talk about one thing I do want to mention. See, I'm not trying to spoil it for Old Dirty and seeing. I'm sorry not asking any questions, Old Dirty, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
I mean, if y'all want to go ahead, I mean, to me it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the show now, so it really doesn't really spoil anything for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't like spoil. That show, I don't think we spoiled anything. I just asking some things. I just don't like spoiling it for people. But one thing I do want to talk about, what's her name? Barbara, his ex-girlfriend, Barbara, that turned into a villain.
Right.
For some time, they had me thinking she was going to be like Harley Quinn at one point, when she was smiling at the Joker.
They can't do anything with Harley Quinn right now.
Oh, okay.
None
Yeah.
of the right now with the way the DC's going with everything because of the Suicide Squad movie being done, they're not allowed to like even Arrow and Flash aren't allowed to touch any of the Suicide Squad characters. So that's like Harley Quinn. They had actually on the Flash they had to get rid of a Shark, Sharkface or whatever his name was, and they had to go with King Shark from the comic books from Earth 2 because of that. So like all the beasts, all the Suicide Squad characters. That's the reason why in this Arrow season this year, there's no Suicide Squad. Like they don't really mention them because of that.
Oh,
He
okay.
has it separate where they try to separate the TV shows away from the movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What? And just to end it, I mean, Gotham. We talked about Gotham, but in general, since we're on the subject of superheroes, out of all the superhero TV shows you guys seen, what is your favorite, Daniel? And well, no, we'll let Old Dirty go. Old Dirty. Out of all the superhero shows you've seen that came out recently, what's your favorite?
I might have to say I was impressed with Daredevil.
Okay.
I
Okay.
started watching Daredevil, like it caught me where it was like I was, watching, an episode every day or sometimes even two. So I was kind of intrigued with that, with Daredevil on Netflix.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Daniel?
I'd have to say Arrow for just because of the way they handled Deathstroke. Because season 2 is probably one of the best seasons ever for superhero shows. I wasn't a big fan of season 3, but for sure the way they're handling the Green Arrow, even though some people say he's kind of like Batman, which he kind of is, really. They're kind of stealing some arcs from Batman's story, but I love the way that they're Oliver Queen and the team, and besides Felicity, I just love seeing him in the new Green Arrow, and I like how they call him Green Arrow in his new suit and everything. I love the evolution that they're doing for him. So, Arrow.
Okay. What about you, Armored? What's your favorite one out of all of them?
Oh man, that's a tough choice. It would have to be. Is it more than one or just two?
No,
Or
just
one?
one. Yeah, just one. That's it.
Y'all have to give my love to Flash, man, because I'm gonna be honest, I have not had so much fun watching and just enjoying like the one-liners and shit
Homo.
that
I
Flash
can't
says on.
little homo.
Get the fuck out of here, son. Flash would have to be it, son. Especially when they introduced King Shark this season, and they got my boy Firefly on there, Firestorm.
Okay. What
So,
about Thanos? What's your favorite superhero show?
Easily, it have to be Daredevil. The guy who
Okay.
played Kingpin, what's his name? Vincent.
get the
I
fuck
can't
out of
remember
here.
his last. I can't remember his last name, but the guy who did,
D'Onofrio.
yeah, just fucking phenomenal acting, just superb. I never ever imagined Kingpin to be that way.
That's the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, yeah. The guy who played Daredevil was doing a pretty good job too. He's the guy from Boardwalk Empire as well.
Yeah, I never got to see Broadwalk Empire. I seen like a skip it, like a little part of an episode. I always wanted to watch that show, but I heard it's great.
I think his name's Charlie Cox, right? Charlie Cox is his name, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good job. I'm not too impressed with his, outfit so far, but I mean, the acting and the writing is superb by far.
Well, they're changing up his outfit as
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
going. But yeah, man, fuck you, Thanos, man. And Flash is doing the shit, son. I thought that shit was gonna bomb first season. I'm
Well,
gonna be
Flash,
honest.
Oh, come on. I mean, Deborah's in there. Deborah, the chick from True Blood,
yeah, True Blood, the girl, the one
the
that
redheaded
played,
chick.
yeah, the one that,
Yeah, but
yeah.
that didn't even make it for me, man, because I didn't even care about her. The whole shit, even though she is gonna be playing Killer Floss, which I can't wait to see that because that's I think see episode 15 or either the episode 15 or episode 16 when they do Killer Frost. But that's gonna be interesting to see.
Okay.
But
I had to go. I like Jessica Jones. I didn't get to watch. I watched Flash. The Flash was like the same thing with Gotham for me. I watched, but Flash only went one episode. I loved the special effects and everything. And Flash is just the characters were boring. Like I don't know if that changes
See,
later on.
it picks up if you're watching, and it got that slow start for the first 3 episodes, and then it picked up, and you started getting like that little psychological effect. And I don't know if any of y'all seen the first season or not, or y'all care for me to spoil it.
Did anybody see the first thing of Flash? Or
Yeah, I think.
well, was it like a big spoiler you're gonna say? Because I want to watch it. What is it?
Well, if you want to watch it, I don't want to give it away because you're going to be questioning like who is the Reverse Flash for a good portion of the series.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Because I do want to see. I'm gonna watch.
Let me put it this way: how they did the Reverse Flash and how they planned it out, and then the Arrow crossover last year was fucking phenomenal. Like the whole little crossover shit they're doing was probably the best one. And then this year with the Hot Girl, the Arrow crossover with a Flash and Arrow with the Hot Girl and getting ready for Legends of Tomorrow, perfect. Like they did that just right. So like what CW is doing over there is just they got it on point for the superhero sitcoms.
I didn't like Arrow.
CW could go either way though. The only thing I don't like about CW, which there's another superhero show I watch, which it's not really like a superhero show, but she is becoming one. I think the new season she might become a superhero is iZombie. And that's really
she
good.
has her own comic book series.
Yeah, she's a well, I'm just saying, like right now she's like working at a morgue. She just got fired, and she learned about being. She feels like a superhero. I don't know if they're gonna go with that, and she becomes a superhero now, but that's a really great show too that I forgot to skip my mind. But I still like Jessica Jones more than that.
See, I haven't watched that one yet, so I wouldn't know. I usually can't.
iZombie's really good. It's something different. Like she can every episode basically she works at a morgue. So when a new victim comes in, she eats their brain and she can solve the case. And she gets there a bit like if say they're a serial killer, she'll start acting like a serial killer. Or if they knew karate, she would know karate. Like just for a short time.
Embodies their personalities.
Yeah.
So does she retain that knowledge even after the case?
I don't know. She has power though. Like she can turn into a zombie and throw you across the room. She goes into like rage mode. But she can. That's the interesting part. She eats their brains and helps them solve the case. That's what she works with a cop. But I think she's going to turn into a superhero now.
Sounds like Rogue to me a little bit.
Yeah, it's a really good show, but I looked at the ratings; it was doing great, and now it's like a little. It's not canceled or anything, but it's like a little shaky. Like it's in like all to nothing, but it's in the it's at a point to where they're like questioning it. That's the bad thing about these shows.
They did the same with 2 of my other shows. Dominion. I don't know if you've seen that on Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi, that show is a hard channel to even take a chance on because if a show loses viewers, that's that and the CW. Sci-Fi is worse though.
They did that with Dominion. They did it with Defiance, and Defiance was getting really good on the 3rd season, and they canceled it. Yeah.
They got rid of Being Human. That was an awesome show with the fucking ghost and the vampire and the werewolf together. They got rid of that because of views. They did, and I don't know if anybody's seen this, but they had a new show that came from a book series, The Magicians, and I don't know where it is. They had a pilot, and it was great, and it's who knows?
Oh, that pilot came out because I don't remember that pilot coming out yet. I thought it was
maybe because I seen it another way, but maybe they didn't show it yet. Maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, because I thought it was January 18th or whatever. I'd have to go check.
Maybe it is coming still, because I'm wondering where the 2nd episode is. I seen the first, and I loved it. That show's good.
I haven't got to see it. Damn.
Kind of like they go to it's about magicians, and then the people can actually do real magic. They end up going to a school, and learning more. And there's these people can turn bad or good with their magic. It's really good.
I seen that with Children of the End. I don't know if you've seen that from Sci-Fi or not.
Mm-hmm. I heard
that
about
was
that.
Fucking damn good. You get a chance,
right? A miniseries.
Yeah, it was a miniseries. I think it was 4 episodes or 3 episodes, but by far superb.
Mm-hmm.
The whole psychological shit that's going on with that, and then you find out the aliens basically look like the demons, so it dives into that religious aspect of okay, so was God someone that came from actual space, or was he really God? Why does the aliens look like our exact representation of demons and everything? Like it really dives in really well with that shit.
Yeah, I've heard that was a good one. But like sci-fi, it's so hard to take a chance. I'm surprised that show, what they call the zombie show on sci-fi, that's doing good.
Oh, Zombie Nation, that shit's funny though, man. Like
Yeah,
that
it
is just
worked.
hilarious.
Yeah, it worked. It took off. So I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
actually doing good.
Kill
Now, did you guys
1000.
want to? Did they show a new trailer for what's that the one you mentioned earlier?
Daredevil.
Yeah, no, when you came into the yeah, let's talk about the Daredevil. I did see that trailer. If you want to talk, Daniel, what's your thoughts on the new? Did you see Daredevil's trailer, the second season?
Nah, but I saw the poster.
Okay, I saw that.
Which one? Because they had like the Christmas, not
Well,
Daredevil.
the
Oh no,
recent
my bad.
the
I was
recent
thinking-
one with Punisher, and the Punisher walks in at the end or something.
Yeah, who is that guy that's playing the Punisher?
Shane
Bernthal.
from The Walking Dead, I heard.
John Bernthal.
Oh, okay.
That could be pretty good. Well, if we didn't see it, we won't talk. I mean, because I don't want to. I saw it.
I've
But I
seen
want to
a
watch
little
the show. I don't want to.
bit.
I don't want to ruin that show. Cause that's probably the next show I'm
Isn't
watching.
it coming out? When did they have the release date? Because there was rumors that it may get released the same time that Dawn of Justice gets released.
March 18th.
March 18th. All right.
Yeah, they have another superhero show where they go in time and stuff. Like, do you see that? It's DC's making it, and they can go back in time or something.
Yeah, that's Legend of Tomorrow's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna have Arrow, Flash, Atom, Hawk Girl, Hawkman, or whatever the guy's name is, fucking Captain Cold, and the Flame Dude in it, and White Canary.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Which
I mean,
it looks like it's really good because like they're setting up all the characters from like season 1 and season 2 of Flash and like the last 3 seasons of Arrow. They're setting up all like the backstory characters into like join up on this one big ass team.
oh, okay. Yeah,
And
there's a ton of them coming. I mean, it's gonna be hard to keep up with them all.
which I'm a little iffy about is how they're gonna do one season of that because like the first season is gonna be going after Vandal Savage.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you do for the next season? I mean, because once Vandal Savage is done, he's like the master of fucking time itself because, you know, he lives forever and shit, he's immortal. So how would you, like, start using the time travel to go after the next area?
I don't know. I don't even know much about that one. I gotta look into that.
Well, it's completely out of canon because what that is that's supposed to be like the TV's equivalent of the Justice League. Is what it's supposed to be. So,
you think the Justice League or the what's the other one called, the Avengers? They're ever gonna make it to a TV show or?
I don't think so. I think like the most you're gonna see is the Inhumans from Agents of Shield, which that show I'm surprised it hasn't died off yet. In all honesty.
Yeah, that one I actually did give a chance. I watched it, and it sucked.
How long has it been running for?
3 seasons. I've watched all 3 seasons, and it has not really kept my interest. I keep giving it a chance.
Yeah, it wasn't. I couldn't get into it. I heard that show was gonna get, they were gonna cut that off, and then it got ratings all of a sudden or something, and it kept it going.
Well, I think Marvel's going to keep trying with it because it does tie in with a lot of the story arcs from, like, it's supposed to be tying in with, what's it called, Captain America Civil War. That's supposed to be, like, one of the big things for the end season finale, and it did it last year with the Winter Soldier, so I think that's the reason why they're keeping it around. And then they had that special with it, with Age of Ultron, where they had a little TV special basically clarifying what happened, in Africa and shit. I think that's the reason why they're keeping it around.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of TV, a lot of superhero stuff's coming. I mean, there's so many different shows coming.
But do you feel like there's too much superhero shit? Because we're getting floodage of everything.
That's what I was getting to. They're overloading people with it, though. That's a problem. That's where they could burn people completely out with the shit, and then it's not popular no more. Like, because you look back in the day, we didn't have many superhero shows. I'm sure a lot of you might not know this show. Armored might know this show. It's called Birds of Prey, and it was actually about Catwoman and Batman had sex and had a kid. And they had Clayface. They had all these people in the show. I don't think they had the Penguin or any of them, but that was its superhero show that went on for a little while. And they did the Flash. They had an old Flash that was on for a little while. But
yeah, because they're the original Flash, which is actually really cool, is his dad, his father inside the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. They didn't have any, like, now, like, something catches on, they have like 1 million of them going on. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been doing superheroes for what, 9 years now? It was 2002, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
The first superhero movie came out, and then like it's just been flooding ever since then. And we're not getting out of it. I think Marvel isn't getting out of it until 2024. If I'm not mistaken, their lineup is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. There'll be a lot of them. I mean, there'll definitely be a lot of them. And then you have shows. You guys check out, like, I'm sure you all like Breaking Bad, but then Better Call Saul came. That's coming in February 29th. But did any of you guys see the first season of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
What would you say compared to Breaking Bad? I mean, if you watch the show,
the first season of what?
Better Call Saul.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
You can definitely tell it's Breaking Bad, like just how they film the show. It's just like they do everything like Breaking Bad, but it's one thing about Better Call Saul, I like Sal, but that was my least favorite character on Breaking Bad. Like, I was like, why do they have to go with him? But I guess he's the best one to make a story with,
Well, they can't really go with the fucking junkie. I mean, what would you tell that?
They could have went with Mike, the cop. They could have told his story.
Yeah.
They could have went with the black guy that was the main meth dude. They could have done his story. I mean, they could have done a lot. Sal had the one that had the easiest story to do. I'm just hoping. I gotta watch the rest of the season. I watched most of it, and I just could not get interested in it. I don't know. I just could. I guess coming from Breaking Bad, I just didn't think it was as good. But that's starting up in February. You got a new show.
Oh.
What happened?
I was gonna say, did you watch what was it? Badlands?
No, I can't. I didn't. Did anybody in here see Badlands?
No.
Yeah.
That was damn good. Like, I have to say, that was damn fucking good. Was that the mid-season finale, or is it gonna actually continue?
Or
they left it off?
Season. They haven't renewed it for a season 2 yet.
They need to renew a season 2, because like that made me want to go back watching some old fucking martial arts movies and shit, because we don't get enough of them anymore.
No, we don't, man.
Like, I have to say, if you want to like see some really good action martial arts, go watch that. That was fucking phenomenal.
A show I've been trying to get a lot of people on. I try to get Old Dirty watching. Everybody that does end up watching it, like the first season, they love it. It's called Banshee. And it has the problem I had. Like, I watched that show, the movie The Raid. Everybody was talking about. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong.
It's called The Pantry.
Huh? Banshee. It's on Cinemax. It's really cool. Like, I'll tell it in just a second. But everybody was talking about The Raid, like on YouTube. Like, Master Flex was talking about it, and I like the show. Like, some parts look really cool where he's slamming the guy against the wall and stuff. But then there's parts, like me and my friend were watching it, where you can tell he hit the guy, where he didn't hit the guy. Like, it's seen right there, but good movie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It's about like the police. They do a raid. It's in Japan or China, and then they go to the building and
they have The Raid too? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've seen that.
It's a martial arts movie. If you're into martial arts, you'll definitely like the movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're not getting so many of that. Like, we're getting flooded with a whole bunch of other shit, and I would love to see that type of movies come back as a resurgent. That's the reason why I was so hyped about Breaking Bad. I mean, not Breaking Bad. Badlands.
Now, is Badlands, is that like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? It's not like that, is it?
No. I would say kind of F's and N's to that, but it's not really. I mean, basically, okay, the world's came to an end. You're back to the whole post-apocalyptic shit. There's
Yeah.
these 7 tribes in this one area which they call the Badlands, and they have these other they have different factions. Like one faction deals with opium, one faction deals with oil, another one deals with gold and mining, yada yada yada. Well, your like main protagonist is this guy called the Clippers, which is basically like an enforcer, a bounty hunter, or whatever. And they got rid of guns. When like the world came to an end, they said no more guns. Everybody has to use knives and fight and everything like that. So everybody's like trained in the martial arts. Like kids are taken at a young age to be trained to be clippers and shit. Well, males, and then like everybody else will work out in the fields, and there's like slavery and shit like that. So it kind of reminds you of like an old style like slavery days aspect, but with like the martial arts tied into it, and like the whole little fermentness of like the son's trying to take over the dad's empire, the girl from the girl that was married to the other guy is trying to take over the other empire, and there's like the civil war going on, and at the same time your main character's trying to escape from the Badlands with this kid, which like you really don't know what he is because like he gets cut, he immediately blanks the fuck out, and he's got like all these superpowers and shit like that, and like he doesn't even understand why he can do it. So like there's this whole mystery about why this kid does what he does.
Yeah, it did look good. Like I thought it was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I didn't like that shit. I'm like an old Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. I like that shit back in the day. Like I love those type of movies, and we don't. That was a big thing back then, and we haven't seen that phase come. Usually, those type of like things come back, like they get popular again. And like you said, there isn't many of these type of movies anymore, or shows, or a Banshee. I'm telling anybody likes something like Breaking Bad or something like that. It's about thieves. Like this guy and his girlfriend, they work for the Russian mafia, and her dad sets them up like to go steal some jewels, but he knew they were going to steal it and turn on him. And he sets them up. He gets the jewels. He gives them to her. He says, "I'm just going to get caught," because he calls the police and everybody. They catch him. The girl runs off to Banshee, which is this Amish place, and he does time in prison. Her father has so much power where she just makes his life a living hell in jail. And every season they have like a main bad guy, like a guy that's a badass fighter. They do the Indian, like this Indian guy's gigantic, and he's like snapping people's necks and all kinds of stuff. And basically, what happens? He eventually gets out of jail. He has a horrible time in jail. Fights this guy, threatens him every day to suck his dick. Like he's like, "You're gonna suck it today." And he goes around.
Wow.
The guy walks around with an umbrella. He's pale white, but he dominates the prison. And he ends up stabbing him in the dick. It's really bloody. And drops a weight right on his fucking head. Like, it's all looks real. That's what I like about this show. And they show you how it's all done. It's like they pour a lot of money in this show. It's 10 episodes every season. And then when he goes, he finds where she is, and he ends up taking over the sheriff's spot. And he's just like, like he's actually like a super soldier. Like they show you that later on. Like they show you how he was trained, like put in a room with no water, no food, and still didn't tell you what kind of soldier he was. Like because it's a division nobody knows. But he uses his skills to become like a master thief, and he has this like transvestite that's his like. He's like the top computer hacker in the world. He goes by a name, and he's a legend. And he helps him, and then he has the girl that helps him, which she's a badass fighter. But like he goes to Banshee, becomes a cop, and then ever since he becomes a cop, like there's all hell breaking loose in the town, and they're doing like he gets back in touch with her, finds out all kinds of stuff like he has a kid and stuff, and then basically they start robbing shit again, and they're robbing the armory and every person they run into, like there's always like a really bad guy, like a crazy Marine that they steal his money, and then he goes after him. But like he does this. It's like in the first season he fights this UFC fighter. The guy's like snorting coke off the girl and shit, and he's fucking her, and he's just a bad guy. He's a champion of UFC or something, but he's beating the girl, and they see that, and then the main bad guy sets a fight for him to win. He bets a bunch of money on it. So Banshee, he knows that he's doing that, and he shuts down the fight. And then the fighter calls him into the ring. He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, "You ain't shit." He gets in the ring and fights him. He's breaking this guy's fingers like right in front of all these people. Like it's really brutal. Like if you like a show with sex, drugs, has everything. Like the Amish people are really bad in it. There's Amish like drug lord, like bad guy. It reminds me a lot of Breaking Bad.
Oh my god, the Amish Mafia, son. They're
Yeah,
deadly, son.
it's really cool, and the Indians are in it. The Indian in it's awesome. He's nuts, and he tracks him all the way to Louisiana to go after him. And how they kill him reminds me of Breaking Bad, where he blows the guy's face off. It's even better than that. Like the guy's shit's hanging. Like it's cool. Like I tell everybody, show's great. Has the Aryan Brotherhood in it. That's going to be in the new season. Like one guy comes back to town and he has all this different tattoos, the Aryan Brotherhood, but his brother runs it now, and he got his brother into it. He works with Banshee as a cop, and his brother says, take that uniform off. You got our uniform on, and then he says he's going to take them all down. So they get him while he's sleeping, and they torch him, like fucking burn all his fucking tattoos off. Like it's a really graphic show. But I'm telling you, it's a good show. I don't know. It's the last season. The writer just said he's told the story. It's not that they're ending it because they have to. It's usually sponsored by UFC all the time. If you ever watch UFC, it's always usually.
I'd have to go check it out, man.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It's on Cinemax. That's maybe why a lot of people didn't hear about it. But anybody I recommend it to, like that watched the full season, they love it. But it just really disappointed me that they're ending it this season. I don't know. One of the shows I really like that, they
do that with good TV series though, man. Like the ones that are sleepers usually get ended. Like that one I was talking about with the dinosaur shit. It was about 3 years or 4 years back. That ended, and like when it ended, everybody as soon as it ended, fucking Netflix picked it up, and everybody thought that they were gonna pick it up and make a second season and everything, and like it just never happened.
Well, that's what happened with Hannibal. They thought Netflix was going to pick that up, and nobody wanted it. It was either Netflix or Amazon they were wanting that to pick up. At least they gave us an ending. I will say that. That was cool of them. I hate when they just end shows and don't even give you an ending. That's fucked up, because you invested a lot of time in watching that show every week. I want to see an ending. And they actually ended Hannibal good. Like, I was surprised that they were cutting the show off, and they actually gave us a good ending. And news about Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins came out recently, and he said he wishes he never did fucking Silence the Lambs. He said Silence the Lambs was an okay movie. He says, he regrets doing Hannibal and the Red Dragon. And they asked him, they said, will you ever do another Hannibal? And he said no. So I don't know if that movie series is ever going to continue, but he regretted doing that.
Well, it may not continue with him, but it could continue with someone else.
See, everybody's seen, like, with this new guy that did Hannibal, he did a great job, so that might save the franchise. Like, at least maybe people see him as because at one time, Anthony Hopkins, everybody's seen him as, Hannibal Lecter, but really, he wasn't the first one. If you watch the original movie, it was the first Silence the Lambs, but it wasn't called Silence the Lambs. It was The Manhunter. There was a different guy that played Hannibal Lecter. That was the story of the Red Dragon that they redid. It's called The Manhunter. First story of Hannibal Lecter. The only one I didn't really like was when he was a kid. I don't know, is Hannibal Rising. I went seeing that with Ex-Girlfriend. That thing sucked. Like, I hated that movie. Yeah, he came out and said that recently. And then, did anybody see The Relevant, or what's it called? The Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
The Revenant.
Did anybody get to see that?
Seen it.
Yeah.
Now you've seen older. What I want to do, if anybody, we'll save it for next week, because I've seen a part of it and it was awesome. I want to see when everybody sees it, then we'll talk about it next week. Like, if you guys think you're going to see it this week, or
it's not a movie that's on my radar for seeing.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about that movie's what I seen with just. I'll just say this. And older, you can, since we spoiled stuff, you can spoil stuff, but just don't give us the ending. There's this bear scene in this movie that I've never seen a bear scene like that. And I was sick when I watched this movie, so I fell asleep and just woke up at that part. And the bear's like eating him in the back, and it's on top of him, like going like this and just fucking him up. And he's just like he's not making, like, he don't make no noise at first, but then when the thing starts ripping him apart, he starts like screaming. then it starts like walking away, and then it comes back
What
at
kind
him.
of drugs would you have to be on?
But he reaches for his musket and shoots it in the fucking face, and it doesn't even phase the fucking bear, and the bear just comes at him again. It's really good. Like, Old Dirty, what can you explain the movie without like ending or anything?
I mean, basically, it was what's the dude name? Leonardo. He had a son, but his son was half Indian, and the crew that he was with, they didn't like the Indians. They was going against the Indians because they was selling what was it they was selling? Um, they were selling like, supplies and stuff like that, and they was trying to kill the Indians, and the Indians caught them off guard. You know what I'm saying? Was killing them, and they had to jump on their boats and leave. But the Indians was actually tracking them down to kill everybody. And Leonardo, he had a son, but his son was half Indian. His son was with that tribe, and he wanted his son with him. But it was one guy in the group that didn't like Leonardo and didn't like his son, and was trying his best. You know what I'm saying, to either kill his son and kill Leonardo, basically. And when they got separated, that's when that bear came and attacked, just ripped that dude apart.
Man, the bear fucks his ass up. That's the best scene in the movie I've ever seen. It was cool.
Like that part looked so real, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but the reason why the bear didn't leave, the mother bear didn't leave because like when a mother bear attacks you, it attacks you because her cubs. So basically she protecting her cubs. You don't have to attack her, but if she smell you or she see you, instincts kick in where she like, okay, it's you have to go down because my cubs are here. So she don't know if you trying to kill her or harm her cubs, but that's what she did to him. And when he shot her with that musket, when she came back, because when she turned around, she seen he wasn't in the spot where he was. So it kicked back in to go and finish him off. And when he shot her, he basically shot her like in the shoulder, in the front arm. I mean the front leg, like near the shoulder. And you can see it when she started mauling him. You can see where he shot her at. He didn't actually get it in the face. It was more like in her shoulder. So that's why she didn't really go down. If he would have hit her in the face, yeah, she would have went down.
Yeah, it looks like he hit her in the face, but it was like more of a flash.
So wait, let me rewind for a second. So this dude was getting eaten out by this bear in the back, and he was able to get up and walk away and then shoot her in the shoulder.
No. He don't walk nowhere. Like he crawls most of this movie.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Because I was like, how the hell do you not feel a bear eating you in the back? And
This damn bear's on top of him. It isn't like just eating his back. It's like standing on him. Like it's amazing that he makes it out. He has a rough time in this movie. I'll just say that. That's what I've seen in the movie so far. I'm gonna watch it probably tomorrow.
I think what really helped him, when the bear was attacking him, clawing him and stuff like that, he had layers of like clothes on, like layers of whatever, like the stuff like they wore back in the day to keep warm, like animal skin and stuff like that. So it basically, she had to rip through that. And even though she was ripping through it and getting to his flesh, it wasn't like he had like, a t-shirt and a regular shirt on over it. Okay. She had to go through layers, but a bear, she was going through it, but not as deep if he just had like a regular shirt on, because just one scratch on his back, he would have probably died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so because you could see every time she would like bite him in the chest, because she was trying to go for his neck, you could see her pulling up pieces of his clothes, like ripping off. So that's what she was grabbing at. But when she started clawing him, that's what started going through his clothes. And when you actually see him, when he take his clothes off, that bear fucked him up. I'm surprised he survived.
And Tom Hardy's in this movie too, right?
Tom who?
Yeah. Tom Hardy, the guy from
Mad Max.
Bane. Bane from Batman. You know Tom Hardy, right? Old Dirty.
Yeah. He actually did really well with Bane.
Yeah, I guess that's his name. I don't really know
Yeah.
his name.
Well, the thing with the Relevant, he was pissed off. There was something he was mad. It wasn't. Was it Quentin Tarantino's movie or was that movie? He was mad that something was going on at that time because he missed a job or something. But I was like, damn, you're in 2 fucking huge movies. You should be happy about that. And shut the fuck up. Like, you
No, he
know,
was supposed to be in a
never
Suicide
make these dudes happy at all. Like these fucking actors and basketball players, I mean, I'd like to see them go back
Wait,
to being normal humans.
isn't he playing in Suicide Squad as
He's in a lot of movies. Like the
Oh.
guy's gonna be if he is well known, but I'm just saying he's gonna be a superstar when it's said and done this year. Like, you know, especially after like movies like The Relevant and Crazy Eight, and, you know. Now I watched the Crazy Eight. That movie was just so drawn out, and I didn't see the whole thing, but I'm just saying like it's like 3 hours long. The Relevant's 3 hours long too, but the Crazy Eight, it's just like there's so many unnecessary parts in that movie where they could have just made it shorter. Like it's just long to be long. Like, did anybody see the Crazy? I think it's called the Crazy Eight, right? Or the one with Quentin Tarantino?
I would be honest, man. The last movie I seen was Star Wars, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Did
I
anybody
haven't decided to go to see anything else because nothing's really struck my interest.
Did anybody see the one with Quentin Tarantino's new
How
movie?
about the Hateful Eight?
What's it called? Oh, the Hateful Eight. I'm calling it the Crazy Eight. The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I
He's
saw
thinking about Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah. What was your thoughts about the Hateful Eight, Daniel? Like, overall, did you like it? Was it?
Yeah, it was a really great movie. It's another great Tarantino. Of course, it has the racism, you know. Racism, you know, it has everything that Tarantino is known for, basically. The action's in there. There's heads being, I won't say who, but there's just blood everywhere. Heads being blown off. I mean,
Okay.
Revenant was better though, just a little bit.
Did you see The Revenant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that's what I was asking. I didn't know if you said you've seen it or not.
I've seen it
Okay.
2 times.
Oh, 2 times. Yeah, Daniel goes and sees Star Wars 4 times. You know, he goes and sees a movie. I can't do that. Even the best movies, like Scarface and The Exorcist, those are my favorite movies of all time. I've seen them well over 100 times each, probably more. But I can't do that unless the movie's up at that, you know, at that level. And I don't see a lot of these movies at that level, like, anymore. I think I think movies are good, but, you know, I don't know. Not as good as some of the classics.
Mhm.
But what did you like? So you like The Relevant more than the Hateful Eight?
Yeah, because I gave the Hateful like a 9.1 out of 10, and the Revenant's like a 9.3. So just 2
Okay.
points up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino, he's good, but I don't know, like the what's that other one he did, the Django Unchained? Like I heard there's gonna be a second one of that one. I don't know. I think that's what I heard. That movie was good, but it was just like, let's see how crazy we can get in a movie. Like, you know, that's how he normally is. You know,
Yeah.
I like Dusk Till Dawn. I like a lot of his movies, but I think the guy's kind of into himself too. I was watching my interview the other day. He's just kind of out there, you know. But I like a lot of his movies.
Did you see though that Star Wars is this was Tuesday or Wednesday when I read this article that Star Wars is only 300 million away from getting the taking down what's it called, Avatar?
Yeah, I heard about
Bestseller?
that.
Yeah. They're and this was reported on Wednesday, so it's probably already past that by now.
Well, shit, you got people like Daniel going seeing it 5 times. I mean, I would hope the fucking movie's
It
good.
literally is that far away. Like, that's amazing because nothing's been able to dethrone Avatar in the last 4 or 5 years.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this year alone, like these movies coming, I don't know if they're gonna do as good as Star Wars, but they're gonna do damn close. Like these movies are gonna do.
I
great.
don't think anything this year is going to take Star Wars' place in all honesty in
It's-
sales.
It's the hype that builds these movies, like Star Wars and all these movies, help other movies get big, like because it gets the excitement going. That's the thing. I don't know. There's a lot of good I can't believe all the movies that are releasing around the summertime. Like, it's going to be a blockbuster of a summertime. Like you got Conjuring 2, you got Superman, Batman, you got Suicide Squad. I mean, they're a bunch of movies, you know. And
Do you feel like
any
might get pushed back or delayed off?
I don't know. Like, people are so hyped about I think The Conjuring will be out on time. I mean, I think that'll come. I think Superman will come on time. Now, Suicide Squad, that's already been pushed back, I think, hasn't it, or no?
I
No,
don't know. I haven't recalled.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not too interested in Will Smith being Deadeye. I'm just
Oh, Deadshot.
Deadshot. I'm not interested in him doing
Well, you
that.
got Killer Croc in there too, and the girl that's playing Harley Quinn looks like she's gonna do a great job. And Batman's in that, and then you got a Batman movie. I don't know if it's coming out this year, but a Batman
He's
by
doing a cameo in the movie though. He's not going to be in the whole thing. I think he's got like.
I'm saying though, Batman has his own movie coming too. I don't know if it's this year or 2017, but I think they're doing another Batman with.
Oh, please don't do a fucking origin story. If I see
I don't
one
know,
more
they're gonna-
Batman origin story, I'm gonna like have to knock someone out.
They're gonna do another
Insane.
Batman movie. It's coming. I mean, you're gonna see. I heard there's more Spider-Man coming. We need more Spider-Man. It's still coming.
Well, at least with Spider-Man, they're going to skip his origins.
I
They
don't
said
know
they
what
were
they're
gonna
gonna
do
do with
origins with
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I thought the new guy did good, but I guess there's got to be another guy playing Spider-Man now.
No, he didn't do. It wasn't that he didn't do good. It was a mixture of like a little bit of mixture of both. His acting supposedly, and it just the second Spider-Man flopped completely.
Yeah,
Like
what
it was a
was
fail
the
to
second?
Sony.
The second one was with who? Who was the second one? Oh,
It was the City of Six.
Oh, okay. Because they're
Amazing
supposed to.
Spider-Man, and like I'm guessing it was the City of Six. I can't remember who it was.
No, they
'Cause-
were supposed to do the six villain thing after this one, but now that's not going to happen. Like,
No, it's not. They canceled that.
where's Carnage?
Because-
They haven't done Carnage yet. You know,
They canceled all that because when they leased out the Spider-Man rights to Marvel, they took all that away.
Yeah.
Like that's off their chopping block now because of that. But they are gonna do movies. Like he's supposed to do his cameos coming out on what's it called? Civil War.
Civil War.
And then after Civil War, he's gonna have a movie the following year, so 2017. I probably like at the end of 2017. But they're saying that they're gonna treat him like a 15-year-old. He's supposed to be like a 15-year-old kid, and that's the reason why they went with such a young actor for him.
Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. It's gonna be a good year for TV and video games. You know, all the games coming. It's gonna be a great if we don't see a million delays and because every year everything looks great at first, and then when we start hearing more news throughout the year, you'll see stuff getting pushed back. I do think there'll be delays, but I do think Superman, Batman will be out on time. I think The Conjuring will be out on time, but a lot of the other stuff I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna make it on time. Like, 'cause they gotta save some stuff for the holiday and stuff. So
I'm actually interested to see what happens with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because that comes out supposedly 2017.
I never saw
According to their Marvel list.
It was good, the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, the first one was
see,
good.
What I want happen with the sidetrack to the Deadpool thing. At the end of Deadpool, I just want him to walk up to like Thanos and just knock the shit out of Thanos. Just one good time and then dance on Thanos' grave, you know.
And do you guys
Just
think
end
the Deadpool movie's gonna be good, or I don't know?
Hell yeah. I'll buy
Yeah,
that.
I
I'll
think
buy
it
that
is.
day one.
Is that on day one?
I think it's going to be good because we know what these most of these characters can do in the comic book, but when they release them in movies, they tone them down. So for something like Deadpool, I couldn't like with Wolverine. When he came out, X-Men or his origins, and then Part 2, like this dude can literally rip you in half, and he doesn't do it in the movies. I'm like, what's the use of stabbing somebody and you don't show blood, don't show no guts? Like Wolverine should be rated R.
And that was the problem they had with Wolverine, though, is Fox didn't want to rate him R because they wanted to make it more accessible for the younger audience.
We don't care about the kids. It's us. We grew up on this. You know what I'm saying? If the kids now will go and read the comic book, some of them probably are reading the comic book and they see how Wolverine is. Parents
yeah.
still take their kids to go see Wolverine, no matter if it's rated R or not. Because it's a superhero. It's a comic book character, and I like how they doing Deadpool. I'm like, good, and I'm going to see it day one when it opens.
See, that's the problem.
I'm seeing it like 7 times. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, Old Dirty mentioned something interesting though. They care about the kids. Like that goes along with a lot of things with Nintendo. Like they're focused on the fucking kids. Why not focus on your audience, the adults that are middle-aged adults that grew up on your product? Same thing with movies and comic books. These kids don't know what these fucking comic books are. They know a lot of these adults are going to see them.
They did the what's it called, man? They did the same thing with Halo. Halo's been rated M all the way through, and this one they made it rated T. They did it so they can sell it easier to kids and be more successful. I mean, they try to do that to make a mass market appeal, which in a lot of ways it backfired because I do believe Wolverine should have been like slapping this dude's arms off, beating the shit out of him with their own hand and everything. But he didn't.
I'd be happy if there's no more Wolverine movies. I don't care if
Well,
he's
I think he only has one more, and I think
one
that is
more?
with
We
the
don't need
X-Men.
another one.
No, I think that's with the X-Men, and that's it. I don't think he has anything after that.
Yeah, it's just they burnt him out. I'm sorry, like Iron Man, I like the first one, but the last two, I did like the first one. But a lot of these characters, they just burned him. Batman, I like Batman though,
Well,
but they burned him.
Iron Man has the last cameo with according to his contract, he has the one with Captain America: Civil War, and I don't think he has anything after that. That was the reason why they changed up the New Avengers lineup with Age of Ultron, is because a lot of them their cameos are going over. Same way with Thor. Thor, I think he has like 2 more movies, and then he's done.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Which kind of sucks because I know they're gonna have to bring him back for the Infinity Stone.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna shut the podcast though now. We've gone long enough. I appreciate everybody joining. Armored, thank you for joining.
Anytime, man.
My co-host Daniel, thank you for joining, man. Daniel Rodriguez.
Yep.
Old Dirty, thank you for joining. Everybody's channels will be in the description. I'll put them in after the podcast. Thank you guys for joining, everybody for watching. Until next time. Oh, and like I said, I'm gonna switch. Saturdays will be the podcast. I think I'm switching the podcast to Tuesdays, the gaming podcast. That'd be a lot easier because I can't do them back to back no more. It's just too much. But all right, guys, till next time.